Swadee ka. Then thank you for joining us for the morning edition of NBT World Brief right here on NBT and NBT World. You're with me, Tra Tirakausan. Thailand's foreign minister is visiting China to seek Beijing's constructive support for a genuine and lasting ceasefire following recent military standoffs along the Thai-Cambodian border. Foreign Minister CEASEFIRE arrived in Yunnan province last night and held a preparatory meeting with the Thai delegation. The minister also met with Wang Yi, Minister of Foreign Affairs of the People's Republic of China, to provide an update on the latest developments along the Thai-Cambodia border. The meeting will be held today at the invitation of Minister Wang Yi. The consultation scheduled in Kunming will also be attended by Cambodia's Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs, Prak Sukhon. The foreign minister revealed that the talks aim to reinforce the ceasefire agreed yesterday by Thai and Cambodian defense ministers at the third special meeting of the General Border Committee, or GBC, held in Chanthaburi province. Under the agreement, both sides will halt all military operations during a 72-hour observation period, with Thailand reserving the right to respond if the truce is violated. Before departing, Foreign Minister Siasak said Thailand wants China to play a constructive role by supporting a genuinely lasting ceasefire and by sending a clear signal to Cambodia not to reignite tensions. The minister stressed that Thailand and Cambodia should resolve issues bilaterally while China helps to listen and support what both sides agree. Thailand has closed its joint press center on the Thailand-Cambodia border situation following the signing of a joint statement between the two countries. The government is now moving to establish a media center to counter misinformation and provocative news in line with the ceasefire agreement. Following the signing of a joint statement between Thailand and Cambodia, authorities have officially closed the joint press center on the Thai-Cambodian border situation. Responsibility will now be transferred to a new media center, also referred to as the Anti-Fake News and Provocative News Center, in accordance with Clause 15 of the joint statement. On the final day of operations, the Joint Press Center shifted its format from situation briefings to answering public and media questions related to the ceasefire agreement. The closing briefing was moderated by spokesperson for the Ministry of Defense, Major General Surasan Kongsiri. Director of the Joint Press Center, Air Chief Marshal Prapat Sonjaidi, said the new media center will coordinate fact-checking between Thailand and Cambodia to address false or provocative information that could affect bilateral relations. He noted that while differences in perspectives may exist, both sides are working to establish a joint mechanism to verify sensitive reports. The center will assess whether disputed news is accurate, misleading, or fake, using verification tools before informing the public. Thai authorities have already coordinated with military attachés and Cambodian embassy officials to form a working group.
เราจะดูว่ามันมีข่าวอะไรบ้างที่มันจะยั่วยุอาจจะเป็นแนวโน้มและมีผลกระทบเชิงนัยสำคัญสูงมากเกี่ยวกับความขัดแย้งเนี่ยเราก็จะติดต่อกันว่าอันข่าวนี้ใช่ไหมเรื่องจริงไงเปลี่ยนได้ไหมหรืออะไรที่มันไม่จริงแล้วยืนยันทั้งสองข้างว่าไม่จริงก็เป็นเฟกนิวจะได้แจ้งให้พี่น้องประชาชนได้ทราบทั้งหมดจะมาจากข้อเท็จจริงมาจากการตรวจสอบด้วยเครื่องมือต่างๆ
A permanent location for the new center is being arranged, with daily briefings and virtual meetings planned. Thailand has begun implementation and is awaiting final operational orders. Thailand's border trade with Cambodia has dropped to zero due to security concerns. But according to the Foreign Trade Department, overall cross-border and transit trade with neighboring and third countries continues to expand. Director General of the Department of Foreign Trade, Arada Phương said total border and transit trade in November 2025 amounted to 143.5 billion baht, down 4.5% year-on-year, marking the 7th consecutive monthly contraction. Border trade with Thailand's four neighboring countries contracted across all markets, with a total value of 61.4 billion baht, down 25.5%. Trade with Malaysia recorded the highest value at 23.2 billion baht, down 8.6%, followed by Laos and Myanmar, affected by export and import control measures. Border trade with Cambodia dropped to zero, a 100% decline due to security conditions. Now, in contrast, transit trade to third countries continued to grow strongly. November transit trade totaled 82.1 billion baht, up 21.1%, led by shipments to China valued at 44.4 billion baht, followed by Singapore and Vietnam. For the first 11 months of 2025, combined border and transit trade exceeded 1.7 trillion baht, expanding 6.6%. Exports rose 2.5%, imports increased 12.2%, and Thailand posted a trade surplus of 188.3 billion baht. Despite the slowdown in trade with Cambodia, or 42.5% drop, authorities remain confident that full-year trade will meet the 1.85 trillion baht target, with next year's goal set at 1.9 trillion baht, or 2.7% growth. New Year travel is getting underway as large numbers of people begin returning to their hometowns and heading out for holiday trips, with passenger traffic picking up at major transport hubs across Bangkok. At the Bangkok bus terminal, or Machit 2, large crowds were seen using long-distance bus services as people return to their hometowns or head out for the extended New Year break. Authorities say measures are in place to ensure smooth operations and prevent passengers from being left behind. President of the transport company, Athawit Rakjamroon, said operators have been instructed to deploy enough buses and closely manage departure and arrival schedules to maintain order and ensure efficient service. On December 27th, outbound travel from Bangkok totaled 83,764 passengers, while 53,217 people traveled inbound, bringing the total to 136,981 passengers, 136,981 passengers. Officials say all services ran smoothly, with departures from the terminal completed before midnight. As for yesterday, passenger traffic is expected to remain heavy at around 100,000 to 120,000 travelers, using more than 6,000 bus services, including regular and joint operators. Nearly 1,000 additional buses have been added to meet demand. Passengers heading to the northern and northeastern regions are advised to check their ticket details and arrive at terminals at least 1 hour before departure. And lastly, Myanmar's military government has begun the first phase of a national election nearly 5 years after the 2021 coup, with the junta insisting the vote is free and fair despite widespread international criticism. Senior General Min Aung Hlaing, head of Myanmar's military government, cast his ballot in Naypyidaw. After voting, he commented that the election was conducted fairly and transparently. The general argued that the military's role in organizing the vote would not allow its credibility to be damaged. Voting took place in major cities and areas under military control, marking Myanmar's first national election since the 2021 coup. The election is being held in 3 phases, with the next round scheduled for January 11th and January 25th. However, observers and critics have dismissed the process as a sham, noting that major political parties have been dissolved, opposition leaders jailed, and large parts of the country excluded due to the ongoing civil war. Voting is not taking place in areas controlled by resistance forces. Security concerns remain high. Authorities have charged more than 200 people under a new law for opposing or disrupting the election. Reports of explosions and airstrikes emerged during voting in several regions, including Mandalay Region and Myawaddy Township near the Thai border, highlighting continuing instability as the election unfolds. And that wraps up our morning edition of NBT World Brief. Stay updated with the latest developments right here on NBT and NBT World. And for more stories, simply scan the QR code on your screen to access our full coverage across all media platforms. Until next time, Sawasdee ka.